first time I met Mr. Rooney, and he was like the last guy I met, and I didn't know him. I didn't know anybody. And I was like, hey, whatever. I told the guy that was showing me around, I was like, that's awesome. You guys hire like senior citizens to do like paper copies and stuff.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Not Just Football with Cam Heyward. As you know, I'm Cam Heyward. You know my co-host, Hayden Walsh. But today we get to share with you an episode we filmed right at our softball game with Casey Hampton and Brett Keisel. I thought it was a great episode. Might sound a little funky, but we got some great stuff from it. Hampton won a hit. We all knew that. But Keisel was the star of the show. He shared with us how he was so athletic and he could do everything. And Hamp always shares how to play D-line and why he was so successful. So have a listen and we'll see you there. And today we are joined by Super Bowl champions, my teammates, the best in the world, the greatest in the world, now the skinniest in the world. Shoot.
Dang.
Casey Hampton and the ballest in the world. Brett Keisel. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's up?
Man,
Good to see you, Cam.
Good to see y'all. Appreciate
Good
y'all
job
coming
out there today.
I ain't look crazy out there. Okay, I look a little crazy, but I ain't look as bad as Ham. Ham can play.
I'm glad we pulled you off first base because, boy, we were bleeding when you were on first, man.
What you mean?
I mean, like 9 runs.
Don't blame that on me.
I mean, when first base changed, they didn't score but one more run, Cam. That's all I want. That's all I mean.
Say it again, Hal.
When you got off first base, it was on a one more run score.
Hey, why didn't you play today?
I mean, the way my body works, man,
Okay, you want to talk about body?
Yeah.
What happened? You got on Ozempic?
Nah, never know Ozempic, man. I have no problem with those Ozempic people, but I just believe on getting it, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been a big guy, fat guy my whole life. If I didn't cheat when I was playing, I ain't gonna cheat now. I would have cheated back then and lost it. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense.
I really don't think you were fat, though, bro.
I was kind of hefty.
No.
I was kind of hefty.
You had to be a certain look to do the job that you did. And everybody, and I love Vince Wilfork.
Yeah.
I love him. And everyone talks about him as a nose, but this dude right here was the greatest nose tackle around. I really feel like, him should be in the Hall of Fame for what? Because our team gets recognized for, our numbers and stuff like that. And the biggest reason why we were great was because of our nose guard.
Well, I appreciate that, man. But all that, y'all know it go hand in hand.
And the
I
ends.
had two great guys next to me. You know what I mean? No offense to you, Cam. You came later. You do your thing in your own right. But my guys, I had 2 dogs next to me.
I was your teammate too. You got,
but you were kind of like coming off the bench every now and then back then. You know what I mean? Like but that was a long time ago, Cam.
Okay, you know what?
Cam.
I will say, Denver. I don't know what you tore, but we were in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I tore my ACL.
You tore your ACL, but then I found out you didn't have an ACL. Because they said
That's my third. That's my.
They said your body absorbed it and ate it.
Man, go on with that.
It was like a chicken wing.
Man, that was
just bone.
Man, I had 3 ACLs, dude. Non-contact, all of them. I don't know what the hell wrong with my knees, man. And y'all want me to go out there and swing a bat? Now if I go swing a bat and tear my knee up, then that's just what y'all be doing laughing at me, man. No way.
Hell, I appreciate you, and you are the greatest nose tackle of our generation.
No doubt.
Can we explain Ham's game? Because I don't think everybody understands everything he does.
Well, so those of you that haven't ever watched Casey play, so I want you, if you want to simulate what he did, get about 360, 380-pound dudes and stop them from moving you backwards. And sometimes push them backwards. That's really what Hamp did. People don't understand how hard it is to play the 0 technique. Coming in, that was what I struggled with most. It's the same technique, but on the end, it's called a 5 technique. And it's basically like your head up on the guy, and you have to wait for him to move for you to know which gap you're going to be in. So if he goes this way, you got to be in the front side gap. If he goes this way, you got to get to that front side gap. If you get reached and cut off, there will be a lane there and a gash, and it will be a run for significant yardage. So you kind of are the anchor for everybody else. And Hamp, you know, played the zero unlike anybody I've ever seen. And Dickie put him in it a lot. We ran a lot of tight. You know, and Hamp played it so well that's why he kept running it. But it's one of the hardest things to do because you have to wait for the offense to move before you react. But that's what really made him special is because you could put 3-4 guys on him and they would not move him.
Appreciate that, Deez. But I mean, but those guys, my ends made it a lot easier for me too, though, because any mistake they erased it right away. When you got Aaron and Keisel out there, man, you know, I got double teamed a lot and things like that, and they were going to erase it every time. So that made it a lot easier for me. You know, playing my position, a lot of the times, man, it wasn't like you don't get a lot of recognition for making tackles and things like that. My joy came from seeing my linebackers eat. You know what I'm saying? Seeing Potsy make all the plays, Foot make plays, Law Dog make plays, those guys out there eating and playing. I know I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? It took a while, you know what I'm saying, coming from college and, you know, leading the team in tackles my final 2 years in college. I don't know if you knew that or not. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was pretty nice in college, you know, but I had to eat it when I got here. But, you know, it took a big sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, to play that, knowing that I could make plays and things like that. But, you know, when you have a coach like Mitch, and he's on you, and he lets you know the importance of team and other guys eating off of you. Man, you kind of learn to enjoy it, man, and just go off of it. You know what I mean?
So you saying Mitch is the reason why your whole everything got to change?
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. It ain't your job. Man. His favorite saying: "It ain't your job to make no tackle."
It's not your job to make plays.
It ain't your job. Like, what
it's
you
not
mean?
your job to make plays.
I done got fussed at for making the tackle. Mm-hmm. That wasn't your play to make. Like, if I wouldn't have made the play, the dude hit his head on the goalpost, Mitch, what you talking about? But, you know, that's just the mentality they had. They want the linebackers to eat. You know, you got to get used to it.
So how would you have played in this generation, this era?
Oh, man, dude. I look at, first of all, you can't cut the dude from the backside.
Yeah.
If you watch any film of me back in the day, that's the only way they could block me. The center would try to stay head up on me and block me, and the backside guard would just come dive in my legs and cut me every time.
Yeah.
That block is illegal now. And I dealt with that my whole career. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then, like, you guys now, y'all just run behind the block. The nose tackle just runs behind the block and just goes in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? I think toward the end of my career, LeBeau let me do that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because guys started running on me. They just try to take off and just try to get me running sideways so I couldn't get no penetration. So I got a little bit of that. But if I would have had that my whole career, it'd have been ugly, man. I wish I could have got a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely wish I could have got a little bit of that.
What about you, Keys? How would you thrive in today's defense now?
I remember Mitch saying, I don't need you to make plays, 99. You're not here to make plays. You're here to push the pocket and to stay in your gap. I don't need you to make plays. We got the linebackers to make plays. We got the safeties to make plays. So it was the coolest thing about playing with our guys, though, and really what I'm most proud of is the sacrifice that all of us took to do our job. You know, up front, like, you're not going to make a lot of plays. You're not going to make a ton of Pro Bowls. You're not going to light it up because you're not going to get sacks. Like, that's just not the way our defense was drawn up, you know, and we're supposed to take on blocks. We're supposed to hold the point. We're supposed to push the dude back. I remember when I was a young player, you know, I kind of held the point and I was doing good and I was in my gap. And I was like, man, that was a great play. And Mitch was like, you need to take his ass back. You need to take him into the backfield. I'm like, I'm supposed to drive this dude back? Like, what? I'm where I'm supposed to be. But the coolest thing was our team ate. Yeah. You know, our team ate like no other. And to watch a team that you compete against, a professional team, absolutely quit running the ball, like the running back, knowing it's a running play and just being like, you could tell he'd just like shake his head like, this ain't going to work. You know what I mean? But it was awesome to be a part of that with these guys and just dominant.
Cam, have you ever did that?
What?
Made somebody just quit running the ball? You ever had that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't never said it, but you say so, man. I'm just saying, man, you know. Y'all ever heard a team to negative yards rushing?
Not negative, but close.
Okay.
We did that though, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Negative.
Didn't we have something like less than 100 total yards after one game?
Oh, yeah, we did
Total
that.
yards.
Yeah, we done that more than once, I think. Yeah. And we were holding up guys. We weren't just getting up the field like you guys are doing, Cam. I mean, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you before you get me. I'm gonna get you before you get me. I'm gonna go ahead and get you before you get me.
Hey,
I wasn't even going to go there, but, you know, first I was going to talk about Coach Mitch a little bit more because I love Coach Mitch. You can see these guys don't love him as much as I do.
Oh,
because
we love him.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You know, when I first got here, you know, I got drafted. I walk into the meeting, you know, I was a day late because I had to sign my contract, and nobody was talking to me. And I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Next practice happens. I'm out my gap. I don't know what I'm doing. I just got the playbook. You know, he says, 97, you do that shit again, you guys are going to be looking at Walmart trying to find aisle 3 where the plants are. And then he told me, he was like, I don't need you to be a playmaker. I got my playmakers, 98, 99, 91, 96. And he just went through the entire team. He was like, if you want to get on this team, you just better get on special teams. Like, he ain't got time for me. And so I was like, damn, okay. I don't even know if he wanted me in the first round.
That's the speech he gives everyone.
Yes.
I got my players.
Yes.
And honestly, it's such a driving force for you as a young guy when you're in there and he's telling you nothing good.
Nothing.
You know, it's like you got to get better. You got to play like these other guys. I got my guys. I'm looking for some other guys. You know, I know who I got. Watch those guys, and he's going to push you like you've probably never been pushed before. At least that was for me. Yes. I've never been pushed the way I was with Mitch. And honestly, I'm so grateful for it because, you know, he pushed me to be the player I was. He pushed me to kind of reach that next level that he saw that I probably didn't even see in myself. But he saw it and he found a way to get it out of me. You know, and some guys, that didn't work. Like we watched guys actually cry in the meeting rooms and be like, "You crying? Are you crying right now?"
You know what the worst part about it
National Football
was?
League.
After practice, we had to do one-on-ones, and it used to be crazy.
He did do that,
and you had to do it the whole season. My wrist was broken in the first year.
This is your rookie year?
Yes, I broke my wrist.
He were making him do.
And he was making me do it every single day. And so then I got fed up and I just started sticking the tight ends I started finishing them over the water cooler. And I was like, Mitch, you're going to make me do this. I'm going to be mad. But Mitch was always pushing us.
Mitch, man, I think you think I was the less, he got on me less than anybody.
Oh, wait.
Casey, did he ever tell you bad job? Ever?
Oh, he would get on me. Don't do that.
You were the firstborn.
Don't do that.
I think your first year he held you back.
He thought
Clancy was playing a little bit, right?
Yeah, at first.
Before you. So first year he kind of like tucked you in a little bit, but the second you took over, I mean, it was like, oh, good job, Casey. Casey, that was a great play.
But when you don't make a lot of mistakes, I mean, it's hard to like get in trouble. I mean, it's hard to like get on me, man. Like, why y'all get mad? Y'all mad at me because I wasn't making a lot of mistakes as a young guy? I mean, like.
You did really good.
Huh? No, I wasn't really good. That didn't come out of my mouth.
You were.
I was okay, but I didn't make a lot of mistakes. Keisel,
And
it ain't hard. When you play nose tackle, you going right, left, or straight. It's hard to mess that up, Keis.
That's true.
Think about that.
Yeah.
So they ain't put a lot on your plate.
No, it was that's what it was. It wasn't a lot. Right, left, and straight, man. If I messed that up, something wrong.
I will say the one thing I remember my rookie year when I got hurt, when I was getting jumped by the old lineman, like at first I didn't know what I was doing. I was just like, you know, I'm not supposed to fight, I'm not supposed to do anything. Then Mitch and Casey came up and was like, you better defend yourself. So then I got in a fight. And then all of a sudden you see Ham come out of nowhere and said, "We ain't doing this no more." And then everybody else came out, but you supported me.
Hey man, I gotta look out for the young guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the old linemen, which
They were pushing you in the back.
To this day,
Willie.
To this day, man, I can't stand old linemen because that's their move. They always want to jump somebody.
Yeah.
They don't never want to fight one-on-one. It's always they jumping somebody, man. It's always the young guys. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I can't stand I still can't stand old linemen. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason our old linemen make because they were our guys. You know what I'm saying? But if they weren't on our team, man.
So what did you do to Marquise Pouncey his first year?
Man, that was our guy. That was our. We did a little something, but he was young. But you don't really do our young guys like that, though, D's. You know that.
Yeah, but I'm saying
you gave him good work. We give him good work. Give him good work. You give him good work, man. Just let him work. But Pouncey was light, but Pouncey was a beast at a young age too. Now he was light, but he could get it.
We went to the Super Bowl because of Pounce, man.
Yeah,
and when we lost him, that was a huge.
You notice a difference, no doubt.
You know what I mean for the Super Bowl game. So Pounce did great coming in, and that's the coolest thing I think about the Steelers. Like when I came in as a young guy, Hamp took me under his wing. He was only there 1 year before me, but Chemo took me under his wing. Aaron, like we used to work on things after practice. We used to work on things, in Latrobe. And so that's what's so unique about our locker room is the veterans like help a younger guy, even though there's a chance this dude's going to potentially take your spot.
Right.
What a unique atmosphere to have that type of brotherly love towards your teammates, to make them better. And I honestly feel like it's one of the only locker rooms in the NFL where it's like that. Talking to other guys,
that's all we can do is speak about what other guys say, right?
Yeah.
When you've only been in one place, you know what I mean? I heard other guys say that all the time, like our locker room is different,
But Hamp honestly gave me the greatest thing in training camp, one of the keys to my success he taught me, and it was about flats. Tinos. Because Hamp was on weight restriction when we were at training camp. So he had someone watching him the whole time, like watching his weight, watching what he was eating, watching what he was doing. So like Hamp would be like, after our defensive meeting rooms, a lot of times Mitch would be like, you older guys get out of here, younger guys, I'm gonna light your asses up. So we'd run to get wings or we'd go do something, and Hamp be like, yo, can you give me a dozen flats? And I had no idea what flats were. So I was like, yeah, where do I get them? And Hamp's like, what? You don't know what a flat is? And I'm like, what is a flat? Like a donut or something? Like, I don't know. He's like, it's a chicken wing. Are you serious?
He didn't know what a damn flat was.
But I used to, Hamp and I, I'd go get him some flats and give him a little brotherly love.
I go to my room like I'm not eating. He'll bring my food to me late at night. That was our move. You know what I'm saying?
You say you're on a diet, man. Just slide those in.
Yeah.
I just love going in and talking to him, man. He grew up in Galveston, grew up a lot different than I did. Went to Texas, played with Big Baby, who I've gotten to know. It's just awesome. That's my second favorite thing about the league is just like the people from everywhere that you meet, and all of a sudden you ride or die for one another. It's pretty cool.
That is good. That's different.
I got a question for you. Which ring means more to you?
Oh man, that's crazy, dude. Which ring means the most? Cam, that's hard to say, man. I can't say which one means the most, but I think the first one was more special because that's the first
run was crazy.
Yeah, the run was crazy. It's the first time you ever get one lifelong dream. You're trying to get there, and we were so close before. You know what I'm saying? And it was Bussy's last, hoorah. You know what I mean? It was just, it was just a different type of feeling. Not taking anything away from the second ring. It was great. You know what I'm saying? But the first one, man, the run to get there is what made it all. What made it so different for me.
You never forget the first time that confetti drops, and you want it, and you look up, and you look at your family, you know, and the crowd's going crazy and the confetti's dropping. Like, it's a feeling that's so hard to explain because of the work that goes into getting to there. And when it's over and you feel it and you know you're about to hoist, as Coach calls it, the sticky, icky Lombardi.
Yes, sir.
It's a feeling that is so special, and you know, you need to go get it this year so you can feel it, buddy.
I tell my people all the time, Cam. I ain't never said it to you, but like all my family Steelers fans now since I played. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of my main things, dude. Like, more than anybody, wanting you to get one before you're done. And I know that your time is limited, and like, man, seriously, dude, like, you deserve it. Like, I really really think you got action at getting one, man. And I want you to get one so bad, dude. You really don't even know, dude. Like, I got that type of, you know, just meeting you as a young pup, watching you grow, you know what I'm saying, and watching the work you put in, man. I think you really, really deserve one, man. And the way you lead the team, it's gonna be special, dude. When that shit finally happens for you, it's gonna happen.
I gotta earn it.
I
ain't deserve it. I gotta earn it.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I'll say this. Enough about me, but I'm supposed to ask this question. My co-host wanted me to ask this. He said, favorite story when I joined the team. Oh, gosh. Oh, shoot.
Man, you know my memory not that good. Keisel, you
Well,
remember every story.
The best thing about Cam was his first nickname was Giant Toddler. Because he was like this giant toddler running around that you thought, you know, might be wearing like a diaper or something like that, because he was just like so
I ain't wearing no
happy to be
damn
with
diaper.
the team.
Calm down with that.
So happy to be with the team, beating his chest. But my favorite story of him is probably training camp. You know, we're in training camp. When you get into training camp, it's hard. It comes at you fast. And, you know, I tell people this story about him all the time, and he already mentioned it. Like, he was getting pushed around. You know, the lineman at the end of the play, push him in the back or something like that, give him a little shove. And until you actually, like, stand up for yourself, they'll do it. They'll do it till the end. And Hamp told him, like, buddy, you better not be letting people shove you. And I told him, and Mitch told him. And I'm not kidding you, from that day forward to the end of training camp, Cam fought every day. I finally got to be like, can you stop fighting? Like, okay, we know you're going to fight. Just quit. You try and fight every time. Like, just don't get into it with everybody. You're going to break your hand. And then he did end up breaking his wrist.
I did. I had like a ganglion cyst on my wrist, and like Mitch was still like, you still got to practice 97. I don't give a damn. Shit. But like, I was just waiting for y'all to like let me do it. So I was just like, I didn't know how like the NFL worked. I didn't know we were all supposed to be like kumbaya, and you know. But I was like, oh, they're gonna let me fight. Right. That's my style.
But then my second favorite thing of him was we were playing Cleveland, and I think it was my last year. And Cam and I, we didn't get to be on the field a lot together. But in that game, we were in the field quite a bit together. And we both sacked one of the Browns' 1,000 quarterbacks that they've had in the last 10 years. And we got up, and Cam headbutted me, and it almost knocked me out. And there's a picture. I have it in my den because he gave it to me when I retired, and I appreciate this very much. You know, he signed it and everything, but there's a picture right after that play, or it's right before he's about to headbutt me. And I mean, he headbutted me, and I went right to the sidelines, bro. I'm like, Wig, I might be. You need to check me. I might be a concussion protocol from the head.
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Like I didn't get enough of those.
That's too funny, dude.
What about you? Do you remember this guy at all?
No.
Man, dude, that was a blur back then, dude. Like, the stories back then, dude, it's hard for me to.
Okay, you don't have a story about me, but I've always heard this story about you. It was after y'all won the first Super Bowl, Mr. Rooney gave you the trophy to walk off the plane with. Mm-hmm. And they say you broke down in tears before once you got the trophy. Is that true?
Now, you know Mitch going to always put something on the story. Now, you know Mitch going to always tell it. But, you know, that was a great honor, man. Like, I'm just sitting on the back of the plane. We land the plane, and I'm just chilling. And they come back, and they say, Mr. Rooney want to talk to you. And Mr. Rooney, I go up there, and he was like, Casey, I want you to lead the team off the plane with the trophy. Dude, that floored me, dude. I couldn't. It was like, no, Mr. Rooney, not me. Him? Man, I don't know if I broke down.
You did.
And shed a tear. I don't know if I broke down and shed a tear, but I was real emotional about that, dude. That was like one of the biggest deals for me playing. You know, Mr. Rooney was my guy, man. Yeah. Like, that was my guy. Like, going up and talking to him all the time. Like, just going up and just having just regular conversations, man. Like, just talking about anything. Like, we wouldn't even talk about football, just talking about my family at home, just different stuff. We had a great relationship, man. And for him to, I'm being serious. Like, that was my guy.
There's a story with Mr. Rooney I heard about you too, that you flew with him and he fell asleep in the plane.
They lying on me. I promise you, I would not. Now, see that he was my guy.
Yeah, he was a pilot. Mr. Rooney was a pilot.
He used to fly up to Latrobe and come watch us practice.
He was my guy. I loved him to death. Was not getting in the plane with him. Was not going to do that.
Well,
that's what was going to happen.
Omar wouldn't let you, and the other people that were within the organization.
He wanted me to come fly with him.
They'd be like, "You're not going up there with him."
I couldn't do it. But I had all kind of excuses for that. I didn't want to get in that plane, Mr. Rooney. I couldn't do it. Man. That was my guy. I loved him, but I wouldn't get in that plane with him. No, sir.
Dan Rooney was unbelievable to play for. You know, at every lunch, at every practice, at every plane ride, at every meeting. Like, not in our team meetings, but he was in the building. You know, your owners at every practice would come and put his arm on you and talk to you. Yeah. You know, and know your name and know your wife's name and know your family. Like, that goes a long way. Even college coaches or whatever, man, when you know somebody and you care about somebody, that goes a long way. And the first time I met Mr. Rooney, I came into Pittsburgh. You know, they fly you in, they take you to the facility, you're walking around, you're meeting everybody. And he was like the last guy I met, and I didn't know him. I didn't know anybody. And he was just kind of, this is so-and-so, you know. And I was like, hey, you know, whatever. I met him. I walked out, and I told the guy that was showing me around, I was like, that's awesome. You guys hire, like, senior citizens to do, like, paper copies and stuff like that, because he was running a copy machine. You know what I mean? I never would have thought, like, the owner would be in there, like, making a copy.
That's crazy.
And Griggs, it was Anthony Griggs. Griggs looks at me, he's like, what'd you just say? I was like, he's like, that's the owner. I'm like, let's go back. Take me back.
That's crazy, dude.
He's as cool as a cucumber, man. We were all fortunate, you know, to have his leadership and guidance.
Never would have thought he was on the team. He was walking around. Never would have thought that. Ever.
Okay. You guys won the first Super Bowl. You guys have the parade. How did your shirt come off?
Damn shirt was always off.
Cam, I'm going to tell you this now, Cam. One thing about me now, the shirt always going to come off now.
The shirt is always off.
Well, the thing about that, man, that's first of all,
every time I FaceTime this guy now, the shirt's off. That's just his style.
Let's just get this out the way. The night before the parade, I went out and I went to an establishment and and I fell asleep in there, and they say they tried to wake me up, and I was being combative. So they just told me to let me sleep. So all I remember is waking up in that club and they telling me, Ham, the parade is for the start. And somebody drove me to where the parade was, and the rest is history.
So that's you don't remember.
I was in and out. I was in and out because it's like it started right back as soon as I got there. Started right back drinking, getting back on it again. So I was in and out. But the shirt was off, man. That was crazy, dude.
So were you better prepared the 2008 ride?
Yeah. Because act like you've been there.
Yeah.
It was act like you've been there moment. I've been there before now, you know. But the first time, dude, like I'm telling you, man, I actually fell asleep. I was at Hot Tops.
That was our spot.
That was our spot. They said leave Hamp alone. He good. They let me go to sleep. But mind you, now I only went to sleep for a few hours. It was like 4 or 5 in the morning anyway. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but that's how that went down, man. That's how that went down. You always got to show the body, though, man. When you're big guys, man, you know, people love big guys. You know what I mean? Especially when your body look like mine did as a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you seen it.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, the second best thing at the Super Bowl is the parade. Like, the parade coming through downtown with your teammates and it's packed.
It's crazy, dude.
Man, it's so cool.
Okay, Super Bowls. You win 2 Super Bowls with 2 different coaches. What's the biggest difference from Cowher to Tomlin in winning those Super Bowls? And who got after it more in the celebrations after the Super Bowl?
I don't know who got after it because I didn't give a damn what the coaches were doing. Like, I was with the players, and I know we got after it.
Yeah, I think it's more the group, the guys. I think because I think that when Tomlin came, it was kind of similar. It was similar to like the same group of guys that kind of won with Cowher. It was a couple new guys, so it was kind of like the same. You were kind of sharing it with the same group of guys. So it really wasn't no huge difference. We were different teams, of course. Mike T had his footprint in that second Super Bowl we won, of course, but same group of guys, man.
Mike T ran it all into the ground that first year he got there.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
He got came in so hard,
but he did it his way.
Yeah.
He did it his way,
and
he gained all our respect. You know what I'm saying? Let us know that he was the guy and he was going to run it his way. You can't do nothing but respect that. And in the second year, he learned and he dialed it down a little bit, and we got it in.
I used one of his quotes from his first year with kids that I work with today and stuff. Are you thriving or surviving? You know, that's such a great quote, and it's such a unique phrase because it's like, yeah, what are you doing? Are you out here like kicking tail and, you know, dominating out here? Or are you just out there like, I'm just trying to get by? Because you know those guys are gone. And that, to me, it was probably, I mean, Tomlin was a great like speaker, a motivator. And Cowher was too. Like when Cowher came in the room, he had his notes. He was flipping through his notes. He was always kind of like this. Did you notice that? I thought Cowher was an alien at first because I'm like, he's always got his fingers like this.
Everything, dude.
He's from Mars.
Wait, but I heard Cowher was petty. Like he would start stuff with you and a coach and then just play both sides just to see how y'all would react. Is that true?
I don't really remember that. I remember being so scared on Saturday nights, like when he would run film.
Oh.
Because he would ask you questions.
So it was Saturday night? It wasn't like
at the game, like night before the game. You know, he would be like, all right, I'm going to run this meeting, and there's a team meeting. He'd be like, if they're in regular and it's near eye, what are you expecting, Casey? And he'd be like, counter row, you know, or whatever.
You just hope
you had to know.
You hoping he don't call your name and you don't know what the hell he's talking about.
So everyone would sit down, they'd lay their notes out on the floor. When he would talk to you, he'd be like, let me see, regular run. Yeah, that's a pass. That's going to be a pass.
Yeah.
But, you know, fortunately, like, and I'm sure Hamp feels the same, you know, they were both fantastic leaders.
Absolutely.
And it was unique with Coach Cowher because he was no nonsense, like in your face. If you screwed up, he would let you know. And he held his coaches to kind of that same standard. Like, you know, Mitch did not want to be on Cowher's bad side. And that's the way he coached. Like, I'm the head coach. Don't worry about the book. Let me coach you, you know, like he was hardcore. And Tomlin, like, came in there. He knew he had a good team.
Yeah.
You know, he knew he had a potential Super Bowl winning team. And he knew he couldn't hold back. So our first training camp was brutal. Yeah, I mean, we had a ton of two-a-days. We had a ton of padded practices. But, he got it out of us to the point where he's like, these guys are going to respect me. They're going to respect how I do my thing. And I still remember, like, it is what it is Wednesday and no bones Thursday and, situational football Friday, like all of those things that Coach T did. And same thing with Cowher, like all of his nuances, it was awesome.
I love that.
Both are Hall of Famers, so
Facts.
can't be worried about that.
No doubt about it.
All right, I got some quick questions, and then I'm going to ask for some advice after. Most feared defensive players during your time?
Most feared?
Yeah.
Debo.
Absolutely.
Debo. All right.
Yeah.
Who was the one running back you respected the most?
To me, the best was a healthy Fred Taylor.
Fred Taylor.
When he was healthy. Healthy Fred T was the best. Like, he could run through the whole sideways as fast as he could run through it straight. Like, he was nice like that. He might have somebody him, and the hardest to get on the ground was either Marshawn Lynch or Jamal Lewis.
Didn't y'all hurt Marshawn in the first series?
Yeah, we played him a few times.
He's hard to get on Buffalo.
Yes, he's hard to get on the ground,
yeah.
dude. But Jamal Lewis is hard as hell to get on the ground too.
Yeah, that combo with Fred Taylor and who's that other guy? I'm gonna look like an idiot.
Corey Dillon.
Was it Corey? Yeah.
Played for Cincinnati?
No, when they were with the Jags.
No, that wasn't him.
No.
Oh, Maurice Jones-Drew.
Yeah, MJD.
Ooh.
Yeah.
When
was hard to get on
Fred
the ground,
Taylor, we lost the playoff game to them.
Don't bring that up, man.
I mean, in Pittsburgh, it was awful, and I mean, it's kind of my fault. Like I was terrible.
That was your
game.
first Super Bowl year, right?
Yeah.
And we lost in the playoffs, and they were running the ball on us.
Fred and MJD were legit, and
that shit pissed me off the whole season.
Their O-line was super. Like they had those big.
Their O-line wasn't good. Don't do that, Deez.
Yeah,
Don't
they
do
were
that.
good.
Don't do that. Their O-line was not good.
Okay, buddy.
All right, I'll move on to the next one. Who was the team that you hated facing the most?
Nobody. Hate it?
I'm just making sure. This is the question.
I wanted all that from anybody.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't.
All right, it was a question that had to be asked.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know how.
I know your partner came up with that question.
That was a bad question, Cam. Bad question.
Biggest shit talkers.
Yeah, bad question.
Biggest shit talkers.
Of course, Baltimore.
No. Any player. Biggest shit talker.
Foot. Larry Foot. No doubt. No doubt about it.
Foot would talk trash to the O-line, and I'll never forget Aaron Smith being like, "Foot, shut up. I'm winning. Don't piss this guy off."
That's what he'll be like. Can you please block him today? Can I make a tackle today? Can somebody block him? Foot, man, why you want to wake this dude up? He sleep over here. Leave him alone. That's his move. He talks shit to your man, his man. Leave my man alone. Talk to your man. Don't mess with my man. Leave him alone. I'm doing good with him. Leave him alone. That was his thing, though.
Yeah, I love that about Footy. Footy was drafted in my class, and that was one of the things about him. I mean, a big part of his game was talking, and it was awesome for us because, I mean, it gave us swagger. Like, he brought it, and I love that about Foot Dog. Him and Ike, would chirp the whole damn time, and
I never stopped.
It was fun.
Joey was that guy, but he was different, too.
Peasy, too.
Peasy was... I done heard Peasy say some stuff, man, you can't even repeat, man. I'm talking about, dude. I'm like, Peasy, please, man, leave that man alone, man. That man gonna see you off the field, man. You tripping, man. I'm talking about the people, family, his wife. I'm like, Peasy, come on, man. You tripping.
Okay, so when you talk about Peasy, Joey Porter, and he says they shot me in Denver, how was y'all feeling after that?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I mean,
nobody
that was in the moment.
Nobody I've ever played with puts the battery pack in your back like Peasy does.
Damn right.
He's the best ever at getting you wired up about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But he gonna have you wanting to go absolutely destroy somebody, dude. He will have his own narrative of some shit that happened that didn't even happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he gonna have you ready to go.
Speaking of Peasy, when he became a coach, he was the same way. So Wednesdays, every coach would have their thing to talk about. And he came up with this creative idea when a D lineman was on the skates, basically getting pushed out the gaps. So he started showing players and pictures on skates. Like they were at Atlanta
skating rinks.
And he was like, look at this guy, he's on skates. And he put it up in front of the group. So by Sunday, you like, oh, he gotta die. This dude gotta die. I'm not dealing with this. But Peasy was creative that way.
Man, Peasy was, hey man, he get you ready to go. He gonna have you ready to go. And the thing about him is, I done heard Peasy tell a dude, fuck this football shit. When I see you off the field, it's on. And guess what? When he seen him in Vegas,
it was on.
It was on. You know what I'm saying? Like he was that. Like he wasn't just talking, he was about it. That's what I can say about Peasy.
That's what's up. Who was the one QB you wanted to hit the most?
Well, Cam, you might not know, man. You probably had more sacks than me in one season I had my whole career. So any quarterback, any sack I got, I was pretty fired up about it. You know what I'm saying? And I partly blame it on Mitch, because all he wants to do is push the pocket, yeah. and I bought into that shit, man. Like just push the pocket, man. So any quarterback I got a chance to hit, I was happy with it. These that's probably be a better question for you with your.
I didn't have many.
You know what I mean?
I think I had 30 or something like that. Cam's had that in 3 years.
Yeah. So
I don't know. My favorite sack was probably Favre, just because I grew up watching him. I liked Green Bay when he was there. I wore number 4 back in the day. Not really for him, but him and Chris Webber, probably.
Oh, so you thought it was just basketball?
Yeah, I was dual sport athlete. So I love sacking Favre. I enjoyed sacking Brady in Pittsburgh. That was a big play. But that's all good.
I like the flex.
Yeah,
I like the flex.
Hamp's big one came in the Super Bowl, though. I did not get a sack in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Hamp
yeah.
got me beat on that
yeah.
one.
You know that, huh?
I didn't know that.
First guy to ever have a sack in the Super Bowl and Pro Bowl the same year.
No big deal.
Wait, second in the Super Bowl and the Pro Bowl?
Same year.
That's because everybody go to the Pro Bowl.
Back then you could do it.
Oh yeah, because they had it after.
Yeah, it'll never happen again. How about that?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a record.
Wow.
Yeah. Hamp got a sack record. How you like that?
I gotta look this up.
Look it up.
Who was the hardest quarterback to sack while you were playing?
All over the
For me, that's an easy answer. That was Mike Vick.
Oh,
I came around the edge on Mike, and I had him, and he looked like this. And I was one step behind him. He looked over his shoulder, and he was 15 yards in front of me by the time I took the second step. I'm not kidding you. It was like a flash.
His 0 to 60 was different.
It was unbelievable. Donovan McNabb was pretty tough to bring down, but Vic scooting out was unbelievable, man. Like that speed, can't coach speed. How about you, Hamp? Who was your toughest, huh? Who was that? Wait.
Hey man, I chased a lot of them down and missed them. So that's one thing about me, man. I think I missed more sacks than I had in my career. I used to be so happy to be back there because I never got them. I used to blow it every time, dude.
But I heard you were always upset. First and second down, you ball out. Then they take you off the field, you run out.
No doubt.
And then they make you run back if they get a first down.
No doubt about it. Bruce Arians, when he was in Cleveland,
Yeah.
he said he was their offensive coordinator. That was their game plan, to switch the personnels up to keep me running on off the field and tire me out. That's what they would do. They would go Kings, then they'll go. You know what I'm saying? They'll switch it up just to on and off the field. So by they knew by the third, fourth quarter I'd be tired from just going on and off the field.
I'll say I went through that too, because it was this year I was coming back off an injury. It was my first game back versus Tennessee, and Mike T and the D-line coach Dunbar, they was like, we just gonna start you off first and second down for first 3 quarters. Fourth quarter you can do whatever you want. That first series, I played the first and second play. Then they took me off. I said, I'm tired of running back and forth. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Because
You
it's
get tired. You get tired, dude.
Yes.
You get tired. And you get
Ample
mad
gets
because
so mad.
they ain't stop him on third down.
Yeah.
Ample gets so mad coming back into the huddle. What is you doing? Where were you?
Man, it's
And
third.
we're in quarters.
Man, we didn't stop them. It's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. You got to stop them on that. We didn't stop them on the first 2 run plays.
Yeah. That's the
All
best defense is the one sitting on the bench.
Thanks. All right, we got 2 more questions. This is more advice. What would you give advice to new Steelers on the roster, like Russ, Justin Fields, Peyton Wilson? What would you tell those guys?
I would say, man, this is gonna be different than anything you ever did. This Steeler tradition and the Steeler way. You have to buy into it and enjoy it for what it is. 'Cause I know those guys probably been on other teams and stuff like that, but I think things here. I know when we were here, it was a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? But just buying into that Steeler way, man, and that Steeler tradition, and enjoying the moment of it, man, and 'cause that's what it's really all about. I think that guys take that for granted a lot of time, and I don't think those guys will because they're on second chances, and probably on their last chance with Russ. I think just enjoying the process, man, and enjoying the Steeler way because you ain't gonna get this everywhere.
I say take advantage of this unique opportunity. This is a unique town with a unique love for a football team. And it supports it and backs it in a unique way that anyone outside of here is looking in. I've made the comment before that if you're not a Steeler fan, you wish you were. And people deep down, look at this place and look at the history and admire it. And, I think all of us are so proud to have added our personal stamp to this legacy here, which is the Pittsburgh Steelers. And so for me, my advice will be take advantage of this opportunity and add to the legacy.
All right. It's really good. The last one for advice. What advice would you give myself, guys like TJ, Minka, guys who have been here, how to get to the Super Bowl?
For me, it's get your young boys to go. I think all of us that were able to get to that final stage and that final snap when the confetti drops, we all had or were a young guy at that time. And I think that's the difference in the game is your camaraderie and your love for each other and love for your brothers that you're out there competing with has got to be greater than your competition. And that's got to be what pulls you through those tough times, and what pulls you through in the fourth quarter is your love and respect and honestly desire to be great for each other. You don't want to let your brother down. You want to be where you need to be. And so you're going to need young help. And you guys are proven winners. You're proven stallions. Like, get those young guys to be stallions and not geldings.
I think it's just a different day. With the younger guys, everybody kind of on their own thing. I think the main thing with you guys is trying to bring everybody together, and just doing things together as a team, just functions, just going out to dinner together, having a team night, things like that. No matter how much guys want to spread out and do their own thing, I know it's a different time, but I think that's so important. I think that's what made us so different. Going to Pasta's house every Thursday, we on Mondays we would play cards and do things like that. I think that's missing in today's game, and I think you play harder for your guys when you have that true love for them and you really hanging out with them and you just love those guys. I think that's what's really missing, and that's what you guys as the older guys, and you've seen it because you were here. I think that's the thing, and I know it's really hard to bring back. It's easy to say, but finding a way to bring that back to get you guys close together, because I think that the way you guys will play for each other when y'all are close like that is entirely different.
Follow-up question. I heard Are you the worst gambler on the team?
That's how lies get started. Who told that lie?
There's been a couple people. Posse, Ike T, B-Mac,
Wow.
Footy.
And you just gonna lie on all them people like that, huh? You gonna lie on all them people like that?
I can get a rise out of it.
I done had my it's more of the camaraderie of the gambling. I never won more than I wanted to win or need to win, and never lost more than I could stand to lose. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? It was all in fun and friendliness.
These games would go for 3 days.
Oh, I heard. I remember
These
the
pots.
notebooks that used to be on the plate.
Yeah, IOUs. 15
I think that's why what happened with the last Super Bowl. We didn't gamble the night before the game.
So y'all gambled every night before the game. Every Super Bowl.
The last the one we won in 2009, we played till like 4 or 5 in the morning. That's what we did. But you can't.
They did.
You can't take me to the Super Bowl and tell me not to go out on Fridays, and that's what I do every week. If I gamble till 2 in the morning before the game, that's what I do.
So you gamble every game.
Not every game. Not every game. And especially Super Bowl.
Those were night
It was
games.
a night game.
Yeah.
So let's just put
1
that.
o'clock.
But I'm just saying, you got to do what you do. No doubt. I believe in that. Like I believe.
Did you ever give Big Keys to play?
No, Keys, you never count. Keys he like his money too much. He got all them kids.
I won the grab bag all the time. Man,
Yeah,
I was a grab
the
bag.
grab bag might be.
Oh man,
champion.
y'all still have it?
I still
Yeah,
have
we're doing
bills that have
Y'all
y'all's
had
number
to,
on.
Because COVID happened and then we never brought it back.
Y'all got to bring that back.
Yeah, bring it back
Grab
this
bag,
year.
everybody puts
Did
it
you
in.
get all the rookies' money?
The
man?
rookies got to put all theirs in.
Double.
All of it?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Dang.
Yeah, that's the rule.
You want to come on?
And
the
if
plane
they
and
win,
handle it?
If a rookie
I want some
wins,
of
you
that.
got to
Yeah, I
pull
want some of
again and split it.
Yeah,
With
the rookie win. Y'all did that? The rookie
Yes.
win, they got to split the money?
Yes.
Yeah. We didn't have rookies win twice.
No way.
Yeah.
No, the worst used to be the specialists all work together and they put the numbers in together.
That's all they do is sit around and think of ways to win on shit, man. They don't do nothing all day in practice. You know what I mean? That's all
Shout
they
out
do.
Christian Kuntz. That's our long snapper. And he doesn't do nothing. All
Shout
right.
out Jay Reed, Greg Warren,
Yeah.
Sean Sweesham.
Yeah, man. That's my mates in the locker room. You know, I was always about a specialist my whole career. Every specialist, that's all my guys.
That's where I'm at now. Shoot. The specialists don't do nothing. They sit in the locker room.
I
chill.
had Jay Reed's. It was a little different down there when I was. Yeah.
We'll save that for the next
Yeah. This was some stories with Jay Reed. Now, believe that.
All right. We'll save that. I want to say thank you guys for coming on the pod. You know, it's been an awesome pleasure to hear your stories. You know, I respect you guys on the field, but more important, I respect you guys off the field. You know, you guys mean a lot to me. You know, I appreciate you. Love you guys. Man, I'm just thankful to have you guys here.
Love you too, Cam.
All
Thank you for
love,
having
baby.
us,
All
brother.
love. Appreciate it, man.
Keep doing your thing, man. Walter Payton, Man of the Year. Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. And that's been another episode of Not Just Football. I say thank you to my guys again. Like and subscribe, and see you next time. Hey, hope you guys enjoyed the episode with Brett and Casey. They have a plethora of knowledge. They're always down to share. We got to have them back for another episode. But I hope you guys like and subscribe to Not Just Football on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And now we can say we are proudly part of the Vox Media Podcast Network. So make sure you stay tuned for our next episode.